So a couple of days ago at approximately 8 p.m., I reached a milestone on YouTube, and that is reaching 5,000 subscribers. 5,000 subscribers. That is a whole lot to me, and it means a lot to me. It is approximately 4,900 more subscribers than I could have ever dreamed of having. And I really, really mean that. My goal was always 100 subscribers. That was like big time to me, you know? So for me to be able to reach 5,000 I think I've been on YouTube 18 months. Wow, I was so happy when it finally happened. I didn't think that I cared about subscriber count because I know, really it doesn't mean that much. It really doesn't. How many of us have a bunch of dead subscribers and stuff like that? But it does mean that at least 5,000 people watched a video of yours and said, hey, I like what this guy's about, or I like his gameplay, or I like his commentary, or both, and clicked subscribe. And it means something. It means something to me. It means that you're able to touch people in a certain way. And at least for that brief moment, they said, I want to come back and see what this guy's next video is. And I want to watch it. And many of you guys have come back. I took a number of months off because of personal situations with my daughter and with my wife and with my family. And it would have been really easy for a lot of you guys to just walk away. There's so many channels out there. So many great channels. So many great commentators and great game players. But you guys came back and supported me. And I've continued to grow, which was pretty shocking to me, to be quite honest. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really do mean it. It really means a lot to me. Me being an older guy in this community. A lot of you guys are really young, and girls. And you welcome me into it. It's very easy to say, why do I want to hear some old guy talk about Call of Duty? Why do I want to see some old guy that I'm probably better than play Call of Duty? But you have, and you continued to come back. And I really, 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 truly appreciate it. It means the world to me. You guys are like an extended family that I have. A bunch of friends, thousands of friends, hundreds of friends that I can share my hobby with. And I don't have that in real life. Now, when I first got into YouTube, what was I expecting to get out of it? I don't really know. I didn't have a plan. Nothing was really planned out at all. But I knew that I was different than a lot of people. And I thought that would help me in a way. Because, being older, I was young at a certain point, right? And I was a lot like a lot of you are. Where I had to kind of put on this barrier and it was important to me to sound cool and to be cool and to not take any shit from anybody and make sure nobody even looks at me the wrong way. It took many years later in life that I realized being a man means being able to put down those shields and those barriers. Not being afraid to sound overly sensitive, not being afraid to cry, not being afraid to show compassion because you're afraid that people are going to perceive that as weakness. That's what being a real man is all about. I can remember having a conversation when I was really young. And I used to get really annoyed with my father because every time we would walk down the street or go anywhere, he would always talk to everybody. My mom used to kind of make fun of him and say whenever we drove down the street, it was like we were in a parade. He was waving to everybody. And I remember talking to him one time about it. And I didn't really think about this until today when I was thinking about doing this commentary. But I remember talking to him and telling him, Dad, why do you have to stop for everybody? Why do you have to say hi to everybody? I was almost like embarrassed by it, being a young kid, And he told me, he goes, Randy, it's easy to go through life and not talk to anybody, not look at anybody, and be in a bad mood all the time. He goes, that's a lazy way to go through life. And it's so easy to do. Because it'd be easy for me to ignore everybody as I walk down the street or drive down the street. That's easy. He goes, but to put out effort and to treat people nice and say hi to everybody and look everybody in the eye and take a minute out of your day, that's all it takes to be kind to somebody. That's what life is all about. And through YouTube, I think I've tried to do that as much as I can, to be like him. My father's man, probably the greatest man I've ever met. Just a great guy. And hopefully I've taken a little bit of what he taught me and brought it to YouTube to a certain extent. And he kind of taught me that. Take time out of your day for people. And I think in my regular life, I do that. I always stop and talk to people. I'm always willing to stop and help somebody. And hopefully that's the way I've come across to most of you, at least on YouTube. I know that I have my slips and I have my temper and I can be a pain in the butt sometimes, I guess. But overall, I think that I've completed that. I know that last summer when Black Ops was on, I played with a guy. I don't know if you remember him. His name was Number One Stunner. His name was Eric. And he's since quit YouTube and gone off to college. And I couldn't be prouder of him, to be honest with you. We played Black Ops together probably every night. And it meant a lot to me. The other day, I hadn't heard from him in the longest time. And he followed my Twitter account. And we talked briefly, and he says, you know, that summer of gaming was the best summer I have ever had gaming. And he's since closed his channel, or he has his channel, but he deleted his videos. But he still kept in contact. And that to me is what it's all about. Many of you are going to continue with this YouTube journey. Many of you are not. But I always hope you keep in contact, because I feel that, you know, I've gotten to know so many of you through the comments you've left me, through the messages you've sent me, through watching your videos. And for me, it's the personal interaction that means so much to me. And I appreciate it, man. I just want you guys to know that this isn't just a video to make a video. You know, like we're all on this schedule. Let's upload a video every other day to help our channel grow. And that is important to do. But this isn't one of those videos. This is a sincere thank you. And I want to thank a couple of people individually. And I get the first one is my first subscriber, and that's a gentleman by the name of Hypnarkill, who recently had a child. He's kind of been off YouTube a little while, but he was my first subscriber, and he was early on the only one that watched my videos, and he was very encouraging to me, and I wouldn't be here without his encouragement. Second one is Main Genosis. He makes intros. He had a personal conversation with me over the telephone one time and kind of helped me lay out my plan for my channel and how I was going to be and how... And he basically, like an adult conversation of what YouTube meant to him and what it should mean to me, and he was extremely helpful. The third one is JNasty720. When I first started my channel, it was never because I wanted to be the biggest person on YouTube. My goal was to discover you guys, discover the next big guy on YouTube, and so far it's been him. Very proud of everything he's done. He is a great guy. What you see on the live stream and stuff is not really him. It is him when he's gaming, I'll have to admit. But he's a great guy. He's been so much help to me behind the scenes, whether it's conversations through Skype. When I quit YouTube, he would encourage me always to come back. He still stayed in contact with me. And he's going to go places on YouTube, and I couldn't be prouder of him. Many of you, though, not just those three guys, but I had to kind of point them out specifically, but many of you are I consider friends, and you'll be my friends well after this whole YouTube journey is over. I want you to know that. So this has been Serious Drama. Thank you so very much. Hopefully we can get to 10,000 subscribers. That'll just be like crazy good. Be kind, be good, be safe. Have a good weekend. I'm out.